I started my practice by idea of applying embroidery and embroideries, particularly stitch works. It almost became like a tool to construct alternative realities and to bring the viewer's attention to certain contours, which is very much about modernity and modern ideas, by creating kinetic configurations. I wanted to create a sense of movement and readjust the way we possibly consider historical imagery.
In the absence of the artist, what I can say is that for Farhad, the notion of modernity, if I understood well, comes from not only Malevich, who is a great source of inspiration in his work, has been using always references to Malevich, but also with dance, something which is forbidden today in Iran. In this exhibition, he refers, for example, to Nijinsky and the Ballets Russes. These were early 20th century. We have Malevich, who's Russian, we have Ballets Russes, who's Russian, but who used costumes that were inspired by 1001 Night, very Orientalist looking costume that was fashionable at that time. So we go from this, what modernity is in dancing, in visual art, and how it came to Iran because we're neighbors to Russia. Then we move to a period where instead of the British, the American took over. And then in 1953, after the coup d'etat of Mossadegh against the most popular prime minister, we had Martha Graham, who was sponsored by CIA, to come and do a performance in Abadan. Abadan is in south of Iran. It has oil refinery, and that was one of the very few places in the south of Iran that had a theater and where Martha Graham performed. We moved 20 years later, how Iran moved economically in terms of prosperity and so on, the price of oil went up. And in the 70s, everybody used to come to the Shiraz festival. So we have scenes of Farhad referencing Persepolis, where people came for the festival of Shiraz. And it was from Beja to Bob Wilson to Merce Cunningham. All the dancers at that time came, royalties came, everybody came to Shiraz, which is where he comes from. Originally, he's from Shiraz. Of course, he lives in Sheffield, studied in Sheffield, in Yorkshire. And so all these references between textiles, silver, stitching, this is one of the first exhibitions we did. You see everywhere embroidery, you see everywhere the needles, you see the ideas of stitching, but also being stitched up, how everything was distorted, represented, and the many different readings that is behind a painting. So these are the three main sources. Of course, a year ago we did another exhibition with another ballet dancer, was headhunted by the New York City Ballet, and Omid was the star. So we had a period where we were exporting dance, and now after the Islamic Revolution in 1979, dance and singing is forbidden.